I just got one question.
Yeah.
Why this Kolavaridi?
Why does this go to Varidi?
Yeah, I mean, just
That's
you know what I think the answer
the
is?
age-old question.
I think the answer might be Binod.
I'm a little late on that internet trend. Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Directions. It's up Corbin.
I'm Rick.
You follow us on
Instagram,
Twitter,
Twitter.
more juicy content.
It's so juicy.
Follow us on First News Channel, description below.
Little tiny platforms.
This is a little informational video. This is called 8 Things You Should Never Do in Public in India. Intercourse. Or, I guess you could.
I don't have a problem with it.
You've been there, so I'm assuming this is probably going to have like a lot of like PDA and stuff
Probably.
like that. So you've been like with Indrani out. What would you say it would be in this list?
Well, it depends on where you are, because I know in
There's not one general thing.
no,
obviously.
yeah, I know. Like for example, in I asked her before my first trip to Calcutta, I had asked her, like when I showed up at the airport, it was really cute. I saw her for the first time, and I said to her, I said, "Can I give you a kiss?" And she got up on her toes and gave me a quick little kiss. But that's really all you can get away with as far as PDA is
Even
concerned.
as a foreigner?
Yeah.
Oh, is it because she's
Like, I remember we were walking
I'm
down
gonna
the
kiss
street.
the fuck out of my wife when
We were walking down the street in Kolkata after having eaten, and I was filming. This was on one of my videos, and we were holding hands. And then at the end of the video, I gave her a kiss. The number of comments I got from people who said, "Don't do that in our city. That is so inappropriate. We don't want to see that," was astonishing. In Mumbai, nobody cared.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's gonna be stuff like that. If I'm ever in India with my wife, you can shut the fuck up.
Same thing with attire. There's things that Indrani can wear in Mumbai and not get looks, but in Kolkata, she'll get looks. Same thing in Delhi. I guess someone wants to watch Prime Video right now?
Sorry, I don't know why that changed, guys. But here we go.
Do you have a ghost?
I think so.
There we go.
How many of you have India in your bucket list?
I've already been.
That was a silly question. Keeping in mind the country's diversity in terms of culture and food, loads of people flock to India every year.
Is this a white
It
person
all makes
narrating
sense
this?
Because the country caters to everyone, from luxury travelers to backpackers to people looking for spiritual solace. Even though India is ideal for your much-needed getaway, you might experience a cultural shock, especially if you're a Westerner.
Don't drink the
I
water.
don't want to scare you, but you're prone to making some cultural
Don't do that
faux pas.
publicly.
Now, the good news is that Indians are pretty forgiving towards foreigners, but a little
Lassie?
knowledge about the norms would save you unnecessary embarrassment. Number 1, don't be offended by intrusive questions. Just a heads up.
That's-
if you're traveling
that's
with
accurate.
your
We
girlfriend,
experienced
there's a
that.
good chance
Or
that someone will
not just
ask you about
verbalized,
your
but
marriage plans.
when you're looked
You
at.
see some eyebrows raising.
Income, relationship,
Yeah.
yeah.
Indians.
And even just
Personal
this look all the
questions like
time.
This one are not intended to offend you, but are the Indian way of bonding. Inquiries about your income, job,
Yeah.
or family matters may be seen as intrusive to the West, but for Indians, these are random conversations.
That's
You can
accurate.
be as discreet as you want in answering them. You can lie or give a vague answer
Don't
if
lie.
you don't want to tell the truth.
Always lie.
But don't be offended. That just wasn't their intention. Number 2, don't strike up religious or political conversations.
No!
Need to guard their religion. Sounds strange, but it's true.
That's
And
true.
That should have been number 1.
wandering
But
around
I guess that's true here as well.
Yeah, but it-
or questioning their
Yeah, I
faith.
guess it's a little different.
Oh my stars.
Yeah, a little different.
Telling
Yeah.
someone that you find flaws in their religion or how they
we'll mention
practice
that.
They're
it.
almost connected.
Yeah, we'll mention why I
Rituals
think it's
will lead you to
even
some of
more
the
with
worst
that.
bashing you've ever got.
You bet.
As for the sensitive issues like the ones about Kashmir, countless Indians discussing these topics because below the cover of unity and diversity, there are cracks that could turn into huge gaps.
Indians
in a
have
matter of
opinions.
And if you're not Indian,
Political conversations
You
are commonplace.
don't need
happening
to stick
at
your nose in
every
that.
tea joint.
Yeah.
And while a lot of them would be open for debate, but you might receive heavy propaganda from some people when you beg to differ. Number 3, don't address elders by their name. All right now, this is going to be a real cultural shock for the Westerners who have been addressing elders by their name. You do not do that in India. Any attempt from your side to keep your Western way of addressing elders by their first name will be met with a disgusted look if you're lucky, or may even get you beaten up black and blue. The last bit was a bit of a stretch, but ask Indian kids. It holds true for them though. Anyway,
You just
the
call 'em
point is that
auntie?
such a way of addressing is seen as insulting, and even though this isn't your intent, you will be punished for it. A better alternative would be to use sir, ma'am, or add a G after their name to stay on the safe side. Number 4, don't display affection publicly. This does not apply to big cities.
Stop me.
But step into smaller
It doesn't-
towns
see, it
and
doesn't
just
apply to
a
big
magic
cities.
kiss on Bay's cheek, and voila, you have officially opened yourself for some bashing. India is a lot more.
Okay.
You guys come to LA, you're gonna be
countries,
astonished
making out in
at what
public
you
doesn't
see.
even get
Fornication
us
in the
look.
street.
But here in India, it will earn you a lot more disgusted looks. Though the country is gradually opening up to this, most people are not comfortable.
Yeah, I
with
think we talked to
EDA
people in
and
Mumbai and
must
how
have
different
lectured
it
you
is.
about morals,
Even from
culture,
Delhi,
and respect.
Delhi to Mumbai is
And
different,
Delhi to
yeah.
Mumbai is
your
even
upbringing
different.
may be questioned.
Even though they're both
In
big
short,
cities, and
certain things are
that's not
done
really the
behind
ones you have to
closed
worry about,
doors
but
and
it's-
left there.
I mean-
Number 5, don't question anyone's sexuality. India is more or
Why-
less homophobic, which never lets people come out of the closet. If you find two guys holding hands,
I think people will
don't
differ from
assume
that.
they're gay.
But I
And by
understand
no
what they're
means
saying.
Will you ask them about their relationship with each other? Calling someone gay is seen more like an insult than a general inquiry
That's
about
an
their
insult
sexual
here.
preference. Similarly, think twice before you make your deviant sexuality evident in the country, because you may not receive the same respect and
It depends on where
treatment
you
as
are.
you would
Again.
have got had you not revealed your true
Yeah,
self.
it all
Belonging
depends
to
on
the
where you are.
LGBTQ community is a personal choice, but it is still a taboo in India.
It's not a choice.
It's a long fight before acceptance seeps in.
Yeah,
Number
what-
6, don't give in to the plight of beggars. Poverty
Yeah,
is a big issue in India.
I think you
and
told
will
me
be
something
able
about
to
this when we were there.
witness easily when you visit
Yeah,
the
There's
country.
certain
Beggars are
things.
sprawled on the streets with their bowls, asking for money.
The level,
Yeah, I remember the kid came up to our window. And
Yeah,
just
the
having-
level of persistence. It was nice to have Indrani with me because she doesn't take anything from anybody.
Yeah.
So she was like,
Snatched from them by a
but they're
kingpin who enjoys the
beyond
bulk of their
aggressive.
labor.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Yeah.
hard-earned money
Especially compared to
goes
here.
them for
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Here you just get
If you're
verbal
able to
barrages from a
melt your
distance.
heart,
Yeah.
They're probably good actors, but if you really want to do something for them, hand them some food. But money is a complete no-no. Number 7, don't expect everyone to speak English. If you're planning to jet off to India, you probably
No,
know that
you
it
should
is
expect anybody anywhere to
and
speak English.
culturally
No.
diverse.
Even in America.
And the dialects vary from place
Most
to
Americans are
place.
shocked
A lot of
that
people speak English,
as many
but
Indians
you
speak
can live
English as
comfortably in
do.
major
It's the
cities
second most English-speaking nation behind
Yeah, but
America.
a lot of Americans don't realize how many Indians speak English. So
Yeah.
I don't think Americans expect Indians to speak English.
Yeah.
Conversing would be a problem.
Well, so don't expect one universal language throughout India.
Language will go a long way
There's a
in
ton.
making your trip
Hey, we've been there.
Yeah.
Learning some words of their language will make them
You know any
feel
words?
and respect their culture.
How many
provided
do you
you
know?
aren't learning and then using curse words in their language.
That's just the one I remember you saying.
Number 8, don't think about beef.
That depends on
It
where you
depends on
are.
where you are.
It's been a taboo
In
India
South.
because Hindus
If you're in the
keep
South or if you're in
themselves
Kolkata, it's not a
in
big
case
deal.
you don't
Yeah.
know,
So it depends on where you
80%
are.
of Indians are Hindus.
It's more of a Hindu thing, right?
It gets
Yeah.
you know where this
Yeah.
is going. Eating beef in India.
Once again, there's
is
no
safe for
universal
travel.
thing.
There's
You
over
can't-
200 million Muslims. and-
Yeah.
Eating beef is not only looked down upon, but is also illegal to some extent.
Well, depending on where you go.
Depending on where you go.
Parts of the country. So your chances of encountering
I think we're
beef
Indian.
are
I think
ever
we're
so
Indian
small.
now.
But in case you do find this delicacy, check with the
Because like
government if beef
we're
in
like,
the area.
no,
Because
that's not
no
true.
one knows what's
Like
wrong.
we know, like
Right?
we've been in it now. We're like,
Yeah, like, no.
No, that's not true.
But it's better to be safe than sorry. What are your experiences about India and the cultural difference it has from the West? Tell us in the comments
film is
section
that?
What was
below.
that?
Yeah, what
Click on the
film was
bell
that? That was a
icon to get
weird
notified of new
clip to
videos
have in
and
there.
subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, so some of them are very accurate. Some of them were accurate depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And I think I was almost understood what they were saying about the LGBTQ, but also they made some misstatements there as well. Because obviously gay marriage is still not legal
Right.
in India, and it
Right.
it just became decriminalized
Right.
not too long ago. Even though they have a long history, and it probably came from the British in terms of
Yes.
the current view of it. But
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed out the wording they put there because it's still really prevalent around the world. It's like, so Corbin, when did you choose to be heterosexual?
Yeah, it was when I was 3.
You knew you had all the options on your plate.
Yeah.
And so, what made you choose to be hetero?
Well, I came out as straight when I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it was-
prior to
it
that,
was a
you
shock.
were attracted to boys.
It was a shock to my parents.
Was it?
But then it turns
So-
out my brother was the gay one.
News alert. Somebody who's attracted to the same gender, that's an attraction. It's not a selection. In the same way that some people like the taste of mustard over ketchup, they didn't make the choice to do it. It's just that's their natural inclination toward that thing.
I think what they were saying is, since obviously it's still taboo, to, especially the older generation, some of them, and the fact that it's still not legal in terms of
And it depends,
marriage.
again,
where you are, of course.
And then the political part.
Oh yeah, we know
We
that.
know that, but here's the thing where there's a difference in the two. So in American politics, I have found when Indians wanted to talk, like during the election, when Indians wanted to talk about what's going on in American politics, for me, even if they were in a position where it's opposite, or even now, if they say something that's in opposition to what I feel, I like the engagement and I like talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm actually impressed when they know a lot about American politics and they want to talk about American politics. I have found the opposite to be true.
Oh, yeah.
That if you talk to an Indian about Indian
never want you to
politics,
talk about it.
they will tell you, shut your mouth, you're not Indian.
That's true. Yeah.
So
that's accurate. But they will say that about a lot of things. About movies,
about most anything that if you disagree on,
it's almost like
shut up. You don't live here.
Like it happens with movies and all that, videos, music, all that kind of stuff. But it always happens with politics.
Yeah.
You will all the time.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be. I mean, the most obvious is anything that's Indian or American. But even if it's an international story, if it begins to hinge upon the rights of India in some way, and you're not Indian, at least that's what I've gotten from folks is don't talk about that. You're not Indian.
I've gotten that as well. But I think most of it was accurate. Some of it was, I don't know that that's how I would have said it, but obviously a lot of it was.
Most of it that's pretty accurate.
I would like to know what you do call elders, and obviously it depends on the elder. Do you just call? I mean, it's not very difficult for me because I come from the South, and so anybody older I usually call sir or ma'am.
Me too, and then it's a common courtesy thing here of respect.
Yeah, Southern, especially in the South, because obviously manners are ingrained. If you come from the South, I mean, other places as well, but especially the South, they really care about manners.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir, ma'am.
One of the differences, though, is that in both, and you may know this, in Hindi as well as in Bengali, and it's probably true in the majority of the Indian languages, that it's inherently part of the language to have your words and sentences altered based on respect for elders or the way you talk to someone younger than you. There's different words, and even the way you choose words in a sentence. Like if you were to say to somebody, this is just an example off the top of my head, if you were to say, this bowl of soup is for him, if it was for your little brother, it would be said one way. Mm-hmm. If it was for your twin brother, it'd be said another way. If it was for grandpa, it would be said another way. In English, we would translate it, this is for him. Yeah. But in Bengali or Hindi, it's going to be changed grammatically to offer the respect to whomever it is, even if it's a group. If it's a group of elders, they sentence will be different to show the respect to them. So I think the whole, even the thing of like it's anticipated if you're with someone that's elder and you go to their house, the touching of the feet, things of that nature. But I think I don't agree with what they said there in that regard. My experience has been that whenever you do something like that, like when we were first learning that Zakir Hussain was Ustadji Zakir Hussain, most Indians were incredibly gracious about, by the way,
except for that one comment, you fucking asshole.
But I think there's a lot of grace that if you were to show up, for example, at the house and grandpa was there,
they're pretty gracious.
And they said, "This is my grandpa," and you said his name, they would probably tell you privately, by the way, you don't know this. They're not gonna like shame you right there.
No. Yeah, it made it seem like if you call them that, you're ousted from the country.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's not the vibe I get.
I
but
think
obviously you need to be conscious of the culture and how much respect they give to elders.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the other aspects too.
Yeah, for sure. So overall, I think good video. If any information was incorrect, blame the video, not us. we didn't make this video, and being gay is not a choice. Thank you so much.
Da din din da din din da da din din da din din da dina di dina dina di dina din tuk dina tuna katta dak dak dina din din da tuk tuna katta dak dak dina
ลูกมาแต่เจอ